How is everyone today? This is Eddie Muller welcoming you to Noir Alley. Today I'm presenting a film that loyal TCM viewers have probably seen more than a few times. It's Gilda, a colossal hit for Columbia Pictures in 1946, and the film that earned Rita Hayworth the mantle Hollywood's love goddess. I hope those of you who've seen it before are once again ready to lose yourself in the film's unprecedented mix of glamour, passion, and perversity. I'll hold off on my dissection of the characters and plot until the outro, so I don't want to unduly influence anyone seeing it for the first time. I will say this, Gilda is extraordinary for its unusual relationships and for having a plot that, in all honesty, plays like a fiery tango more than a typical movie. The film was designed as a vehicle for Rita Hayworth, and I can't think of another movie that so effectively zoomed a performer into the cultural stratosphere. In one of the oddest tributes any actress has received, a likeness of Hayworth in her Gilda persona was attached to the atom bomb, dropped on the Bikini Atoll as a test run for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Gilda, the movie bombshell, dropped on March 14, 1946. Gilda, the military bombshell, dropped on July 25th of the same year. That's how fast Rita Hayworth became an icon. What's less known is that the vehicle that turned her into America's reigning sex symbol was built by a woman. Virginia Van Upp worked in the movie business most of her life, doing everything but directing. In 1943, Columbia boss Harry Cohn lured her away from a gig as a staff writer at Paramount to rewrite the musical Covergirl, co-starring Hayworth and Gene Kelly. Her rescue of that production led Cohn to make her an executive producer at his studio. Now, say what you will about the man's blustering vulgarity, Harry Cohn had no hesitation about putting a woman in charge of the studio's biggest products. Van Upp also became Rita Hayworth's closest confidant, acting as a liaison between the unhappy star and the studio boss, who was bent on controlling Hayworth's life, not just her career. Van Upp worked on the script with Joe Eisinger, whose only previous credit was a 1945 B picture called The Spider. The script's inspiration was Hayworth's own life, in which, through no fault of her own, she inflamed the imagination, passion, and libido of virtually every man, those she actually knew and those who only saw her on screen. At the time she made Gilda, Hayworth was with Orson Welles, who had declared, even before meeting her, that he'd marry her. Glenn Ford had already made one picture with Hayworth, 1940's The Lady in Question. He never made any bones about being in love with her. Harry Cohn, of course, felt he owned Hayworth because he'd created a movie star out of young Latina Margarita Cancino, dyeing her hair red and raising her hairline through electrolysis. All the love-hate dynamics of Hayworth's personal life were funneled into the film. Virginia Van Upp saw Hayworth and Gilda not as a femme fatale, but as a woman trapped by the possessiveness and jealousy of men. As a producer, Van Upp was very crafty. She gave Harry Cohn precisely what he wanted, but also subtly subverted expectations at the same time. When you watch Rita perform her legendary Put the Blame on Mame number, it's not just a sexy scene meant to raise your blood pressure. It's also a sly and defiant rebuttal to Hollywood's insistence that it's always the woman's fault. Whatever it may be, the beautiful woman is always to blame. When it came to slipping sexy business into the film, but still adhering to the production code standards, Van Upp had the perfect collaborator in director Charles Vidor, a Hungarian expat who relished such games. He was Columbia's top director, but he detested Harry Cohn, a feeling that was mutual. So you can see, Virginia Van Upp's work was cut out for her, getting this film off the ground and bringing it in for a landing. But that it's one of the most memorable movies ever made is a testament to her talent, diplomacy, and perseverance. A caution to first-timers, don't fixate on the plot. All the business about the tungsten cartel, it does not matter. Like I said, this is more tango than movie. And is there anyone you'd rather tango with? The answer is no. Here is Rita Hayworth as Gilda.